and welcome to Montreal, Quebec for today's V8 Supercar GV8 Week 12. This is the final race week of the season, and this event is presented by GRAsim TV. We want to let you know that today's live broadcast is brought to you by GetDirtyMX.com. We here are today, guys. We're here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and a wonderful track that reminds me of some of the fantastic city circuits all around the world. And today's race will consist of two races featuring 16 incredible laps around the 2.71 mile Grand Prix track here at Montreal. And guys, I'm up in the booth. My name's JD Smith. Alongside me is Avery McDonald and Kane Kraft. And guys, how are we doing today?
Oh, pretty good. Ready to do some racing at Montreal. So should be a good race for the finale.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. It is the final week. We started 12 weeks ago, hard to believe, started this season off, and it's been just one great race after the next. And here we are now at Montreal, and this is already proven in some of the races at this track earlier this week that this has just proven to be a fantastic track to clean out a season at. We've seen some crazy racing. And like I said, today's race will consist of two different races. So this is just race one of two, and we're going to have 16 lap races. And then there's 13 tight turns here paired with long straightaways here that make for exciting racing. That sometimes we can see three wide racing here on a road course, guys, on that back straight that leads into that final chicane. That is one of the most exciting parts of this track. I love it. And we actually got to see some great racing here earlier this week, and maybe can see a duplicate here in this GV8 final.
Yeah, that'd be great to see. One thing about Montreal is a lot of the turns are relatively close to the same because it's a lot of quick right and quick left. So whoever's the best at those is going to end up winning the race.
Sounds good, Avery. That's old Avery's key to the race. I like that. My strategy here is I think, since we're turning this race from a 32-lap one race and breaking it into two 16-lap races, I think we're going to be having to look at who's going to be able to watch out for these slowdown penalties, because if they get hit with them, they're not going to be able to have time to make up for that lost time. And that is, we saw earlier, this can be very detrimental to a racer, even some of the best. If they get caught up in one of these chicanes and get a little bit of the car too much off, when the stewards don't like it, they'll slap that slowdown penalty on them, and sometimes they'll have to come to a complete stop before able to press on. And that we have seen that in the past here as well, in past seasons in the GV8, where it can really kill a racer's race. So speed's going to be important, but I think overall, more than speed, is going to be control, making sure that you hit each turn just right to not get any kind of penalties, and I think that's going to be the key to the race. Ken, you have a little key to the race to add anything, buddy?
I think that's it. The key is going to be staying on the black stuff and not getting the slowdown penalty, because that's been the big bear of the weekend, is the slowdown penalty. It's cost many drivers their race from what we've seen in the other divisions that have run here this week, and the slowdowns have just been horrible. So hopefully the guys will keep that in mind tonight and have a good clean race. But one thing else we've seen is that the racing here is tremendously close. A lot of great battles, a lot of great racing to be seen here tonight.
That's right, Kane. And with only a little bit under a minute and a half left in qualifying, I'm looking already, and we are already having some really tight times, incredible times laid down by two drivers so far. Farouk Manzar is the current pole sitter with a time of 1:37.4. That is insanely fast here. Nigel Baines is right there behind him at 1:37.7, so he's right there on the verge. Greg Carr's currently in third with 1:38.2, so that's how our top three are running right now. But with a minute left of qualifying, anybody can still get on and jump on this final pole. It's going to be very important for starting positions here. It's going to be fun to see how things work. Well, with this being the final race of the year, we have to talk about the points championship, guys. And of course, the championship leader going into the race and has to be the favorite to win the championship is the number 5 of the Can-Am Motorsports team, Greg Carr. And I know that he's got to be excited here. And with him already in the third spot in qualifying, he's got to like his chances here tonight.
Yeah, he's had a couple slip-ups in the last couple weeks, but I would see a great car coming out, being solid, being consistent like he has been all season, and take home that champion and hold off for the number 36, Nigel Baines.
Yeah, and I'd love to see Nigel be able to try to pull something here, get it close. But for Nigel to really be able to have a realistic shot, he's going to have to try to win this race. And not only that, he's going to have to hope for a real big slip up by Greg Carr. And so we're going to have to keep an eye on that throughout the race. One of the exciting things is we have a really fun, tight race. There's only 42 points in champion points that separate the race for third place. And the racers that are involved are Glenn Sidman. I know, the Silent Stalker, he has just been phenomenal, guys, all season long. And I think that he has a really, really good shot. So I see we're getting the points pulled up. And, looking on screen right now, look at that. With Glenn Sidman, Nils Jordan, and Mario Gerard, all three right there have a chance to end up in third place, which is a really, really big accomplishment. So it's going to be really fun to see how things turn out. A lot of shout out to a lot of the good drivers. Throughout the week, we've been voting on the most improved driver in the GV8, and of course we can't see who's ahead in the vote right now, but I know there's a lot of good drivers that we've seen really improve over this 12-week season, guys. And some of those drivers include drivers like Chris Hogan. You can also throw in there Kyle Herron's improved a lot. You can also throw in Mario Gerard. Mario really turned his season around after Bathurst, and it really, really showed. And definitely good job there by a lot of the drivers here, really, really improving as drivers throughout this season.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers have, every driver's gotten a lot better throughout the season, but there are those 3 or 4 drivers who I think deserve a shot to get that. But we're getting ready to start the grid with Farouk on the pole.
Yeah, this is how they're going to line up. In row 1, Farouk Manzar and Nigel Baines on the outside. In row 2 is going to be Greg Carr and Marty Carroll. In row 3 is going to be Tony Klusterman and Daniil Menenkoff. In row 4, Zach Baker and Glenn Sidman. Jason Lundy and Mario Gerard hold up at row 5 with Chris Hogan and Nils Jordan in the 6th row. 7th row will be Isaac de Figueiredo and Kyle Herron, Trevor Pickett and Peter Hebron in row 8, and in row 9 will be Joseph Odell. And as the guys get ready to get this race started, I'm going to turn it all over to my good friend Kane Kraft and let him turn us green.
Well, everybody's gridding up. It's anxious times for the final race of the season. It's been a great season. A lot of action-packed races here in the GV8, and now it's time to finish it off.
Yeah, Kane, it really is. I can't wait. How important is this start going to be? I mean, it is going to be so crucial. So when they get ready to turn the lights on, I just can't wait to keep your eyes peeled to see some of the crucial things that can happen here at the beginning.
Yeah, and this first turn is a little tricky there off the start, but final race this season, I think everybody will take it easy to get through the first half lap or so without much incident. Make sure that they can finish this last race.
Well, it looks like we're about ready now, guys, so without further ado, Kane, I'll let you do the honors.
Yeah, the revs are on. The revs are up and getting ready to go green. The green light's on. They're taking off now. Greg Carr's looking to shoot up the middle. Farouk's got the whole shot there and is pulling out into the lead in front of Marty.
Yeah, guys, right now heading up through turn 2, looking at Farouk Manzar. He is the current leader with Nigel Baines close on his tail. Marty Carrollson currently in the 3rd position with Greg Carr tailing in. Rounding out the top 5 is the driver that never quit racing, 121, Tony Klusterman. As the drivers scramble for position, everybody falling in line, trying to just settle in here for this first of 2 16-lap races.
Yeah, Nigel Baines sitting in 2nd place in the points. He's going to try to make it 5 in a row. here at Montreal, but right now it's all about the number 58 of Farouk Manzar up in the lead.
Yeah, right now doing a really good job. Everybody really holding down good pace. Mario Girard, a scary moment there for a second through the that mid chicane, middle of the track there in the second sector. He's quite all right though. He just took a wide entrance, and it actually gave him a little boost of time there, as he has a close driver on his front and back. Both ZB Racing teammates right there, right beside Mario. Trevor Pickett in the 592, and then behind him is Isaac de Figueiredo.
Yeah, Marty Carroll's starting to catch up to the number 5 of Greg Carr.
Oh, we have trouble on the
36
track.
Nigel
Jason
Baines.
Lundy is currently spun out on the backstretch, guys. Big trouble for Jason Lundy. We may have to go check out a replay if we get a chance. Carr still hasn't started. He's going to have to get a tow back to pit road. Yeah, it looks like Jason Lundy was going down. Everything seemed to be okay, and then all of a sudden he went wide. Something went wrong with the car or his connection, guys. That is just odd for him to shoot to the right like that on a straightaway.
That was definitely unusual.
He went off the gas, so I got a feeling it was probably because of a connection issue. Hate to see it for Jason Lundy and any of the drivers, but he let off the gas. You probably knew he was blinking and got out of the way, so too bad for number 14, Jason Lundy.
Well, the good news is nobody else is involved, and that really helps. So far, so good for all the other drivers. Look out front as we have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. Nigel Baines in the number 36 was able to overtake Farouk Manzar during the replay, and a good job by the number 36 driver of Nigel Baines. He's got Marty Carroll now passing Farouk Manzar as well. So now we have both Marsden, Spotty Dog Marsden teammates out in front.
Looks like Farouk had a slowdown penalty, which caused Nigel Baines to take over the lead.
Yeah, there we said it from pre-race on. You know, these are going to be a big story here today. So keep your eyes on how these guys go through these chicanes. If they don't hit them just right, they're going to catch the slowdowns. And you saw it right there with the previous leader, Farouk Manzar.
Turn one of the difficult turns here. Definitely
Trouble. We
with the
got
pit
more
lane.
trouble, guys. And it looks like, I got to go back and see who it was. Somebody had a bad accident in the chicane. And I'm going to have to try to rewind it to see who was involved. Man, I'm trying to find out who it was, guys. It was such a hard thing to see.
It looked like it was Farouk. Farouk ended up going through the grass, making his way down pit lane. So it was Farouk Manzar, pole sitter going into chicane. Just kind of locked them brakes up, braked a little too late, went through the sand, but he got to slow down and ended up having to go down pit lane.
Lynn Sidman through the dirt now, going through the chicane.
These chicanes really causing havoc on the drivers right now. They're going to have to try to settle down. We do have a lot of tight racing. Right now, Greg Carr is doing a good job trying to hold off the 513 ZB Racing Ford Falcon driver of Zach Baker. He's doing a good job. Zach really attacking, though. It's got a good little battle here for the fourth place position. Here they come down from the straightaway, entering into that final chicane here before they head down the start-finish line. This is a very crucial part of the track. And Greg Carr gets a nice jump off of that chicane and gets a nice little breather for a minute.
Yeah, you gotta be real careful going into these two turns here at Montreal. You gotta be fast and you gotta be slow. And definitely with pit lane right here, it's one pretty sketchy pit lane. You see Greg Carr get a little wide, which is gonna hopefully allow number 513 of Zach Baker to catch up, and we can maybe look for an overtake.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They still have a great battle going right now. You see Greg Carr holding off Zach Baker right now, Can-Am Motorsports driver and our points leader right now. Greg Carr doing everything he needs to do to win this championship. And right now, if he sits in that 4th position, he'll be just fine as far as the championship goes. So he doesn't need to pressure on too hard. He just needs to stay calm and have a good race, especially here in one of 2 races. You don't want to go ahead and get that bad confidence going into race 2. So doing a good job. I also want to say I got a little announcement, guys. Up there, look at the 3rd place driver in the Never Quit Racing Ford Falcon. Tony Klusterman had some news this week from Team Never Quit Racing. They signed on 3 drivers, 4 drivers. They're a 4-man team now for next season, and Never Quit Racing team will feature Tony Klusterman, Greg Carr, Farouk Manzar, and Glenn Sidman. So look for that to be a big team and a big threat next year. Really good news there for the Never Quit Racing organization.
Yeah, it's 4 fantastic drivers be running on this team. Greg Carr, one of the most consistent drivers there is in the GV8, and then you got Farouk Manzar, who can just run some blistering times. Had a little squirrely start, but you better watch out for the race number 2 because he'll be coming. And then you got Glenn Sidman, who's a very consistent driver. You see Baker getting a little swirly, trying to catch up to Greg Carr. So I can't wait for next season when the 4 cars are going to be there to try to take home another championship.
Right now, watching Glenn Sidman try to make an overtake on Isaac de Figueiredo, and Trevor Pickett is in front of Isaac. And this is a fun little 3-way battle here, battling for the 6th position. And this is just a nice 3-way battle here. You see them heading through turns 3 and 4, and now heading down the little sweeping right hand and back straight. That's coming up after this turn. I apologize. But they were really tight there for a minute. A good job by Isaac de Figueiredo to hang up there with Trevor Pickett. And maybe we'll see him make a pass in a little bit for that 6th position.
Yeah, take a look at Glenn Sidman. He's doing a fantastic job all season. Can't wait till the end of next season, most likely. Maybe that Holden will be out, but right now it's all about the number 36 Nigel Baines trying to make it 5 in a row here in the GV8.
Well, speaking of the number 83 Glenn Sidman, the silent stalker there with the addition of the wing, that's pretty cool right there on the back of his car. Looking on at Chris Hogan up in the 9th position. Maybe we can get an onboard camera view while they're heading down through this backstretch. Glenn Sidman, remember guys, is in a 3-way battle with Mario Girard and Nils Jordan for that 3rd place position in the final point standings. So that could be really, really big for all 3 of those drivers, any of those 3 to win that. Yeah, right now those drivers currently sit with Glenn Sidman in the 8th position. He is the furthest ahead, but then you look in 10th, that's Nils Jordan, and then in 11th, Mario Girard. And that's a fun battle because that is for the 3rd place in the championship. Right now, Mario Girard currently sitting right behind Nils Jordan, back in the 11th position, really looking for an opportunity to capitalize and make a pass here soon. So keep your eyes peeled on this little 3-way battle for 3rd place in the championship.
Yeah, definitely. Glenn Sidman missed the first 2 races here at the GV8, so to be this close in the points for 3rd place, doing a fantastic job.
Greg Carr just went off track on the chicane, and they don't see him slowing down for a slowdown. He was able to save it. It wasn't too bad. So good news for the points leader, Greg Carr, to be able to not get the slowdown penalty. That's really, really big. Great lead by Nigel Baines, up in the lead right now. He's got almost a 2.5, close to a 3-second lead there behind, in front of Marty Carroll in the 184, pardon me. And right now on lap 7, starting lap 7, guys, here we are getting almost halfway through race 1 already. And this is how they run. Nigel Baines is currently in first with Marty Carroll in the 2nd position. Tony Klusterman is back in 3rd with Greg Carr coming up in 4th. Zach Baker right on the tail of Greg Carr. He's currently in 5th. Trevor Pickett's back in 6th place with Isaac de Figueiredo in 7th. Glenn Sidman is in the 8th position with Chris Hogan back in 9th. Nils Jordan is currently in the 10th position, or excuse me, Nils has moved up to 9th with Chris falling back to 10th. Mario Girard is right on Chris Hogan's tail in 11th, and Daniil Manenkoff has moved back to 12th. Kyle Herron's currently in the 13th position with Peter Hebron back in 14th. Farouk Manzar is still on the lead lap. He's back in 15th place. And unfortunately for Jason Lundy, he is off the track. He's in the garage. He's currently in 16th.
Yeah, too bad for Jason Lundy. He's been having a fantastic season. Great car's getting a little bit swirly, which is allowing Zach Baker to make that 513 machine, and he will be making the overtake as great car said. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're side by side. He makes the pass. Here they are going into the famous hairpin here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And what a great job by Zach Baker to make that pass. He's been riding so close to Greg Carr this entire time. What a fantastic job by Zach to move up in the 4th position. Really seen Zach improve lately. Oh man, almost had a wide move there for Trevor Pickett as he almost spins the V8 around there coming out of the hairpin, but does a good job to save it. Mario Girard still having a great battle back there with Chris Hogan in the GetDirtyMX.com Ford Falcon. Great battle here for the 10th position. Mario is trying to crack into that top 10. And right in front of Chris Hogan is Nils Jordan in the number 4 Redback Ford Falcon. And one thing that was mentioned pre-race that Kane Kraft mentioned, Kane, you're absolutely right. We are seeing a great example of close, tight racing. It has just been fantastic through this point. We are halfway through the race here as we're currently on lap number 8, guys. Nigel Bain still is the leader right now, and he's breaking away from Marty back there, and that's good to see for Nigel. Nigel really looking good right now. Another driver I don't want us to leave out, guys, is the number 121 Never Quit Racing driver of Tony Kloosterman up in the 3rd position. Tony has just doing a great job all season long, and here he is just looking fantastic up in the top 3 and not looking back. He has a nice space in between him and Zach Baker back and forth.
Daniil Manenkoff putting the moves on Mario Girard.
Oh wow, this is fun right here. Yeah, going through the chicane right now. Daniil with a great move on Mario Girard right there. And next target will be Chris Hogan in the number 10 GetDirtyMX.com Ford Falcon. This could be really fun. Yeah, look at Daniil go to the inside of Chris Hogan. Will he get a good enough jump? No, he won't. I thought he was going to get a good enough jump. Might have got a little bit of rear tire spin there and wasn't able to get a good jump there coming out of the hairpin. Checking back up on Glenn Sidman in the number 83 True Blue Ford Falcon. He is currently looking his eyes head to the 531 of Isaac de Figueiredo. And if Glenn Sidman can get just a little more speed, he'll be right there looking for a pass on Isaac.
Right now, Nigel Bain's starting to slowly pull away from the number 184, Marty Carroll. So Nigel's going to try to hang on to get that 5th win in a row.
Guys, Zach Baker pulled ahead of Greg Carr a little earlier in the race. Looking back, Greg Carr, the number 5 Can-Am Motorsports driver, has pulled back ahead of Zach Baker and now is back in 4th place. Man, Trevor Pickett getting passed right now, and Trevor Pickett has fallen back, trying to see what happened there as I see Chris Hogan go around him, and now Daniil Manenkoff. I'm going to try to check on what happened there to Trevor Pickett. Off track for Daniil Manenkoff now. He's going to have to slow down, I believe, and he got off in the chicane as well.
Looks like Trevor Pickett spun around going through the chicane, a complete 180. So, he's lucky to not get nailed by Nils Jordan there. But he got it turned back around and
big trouble for Mario Girard. Sorry to interrupt. Mario gets off track and maybe got into the wall. Just coming out of the hairpin. I'm sorry to interrupt, buddy, but tough break. Mario spun it around, a power slide through the hairpin, And as he got going, he got on the gas too hard, shoots through the grass, gets the right side of the V8 supercar into the wall barrier. Not good news there for Mario Girard in the number 27 Road Shark Ford.
Yep, then we got the number 121, Tony Klusman, going into the final chicane and getting loose, getting that slowdown and moving back to the 5th position.
Oh, I hate to see that for Tony Klusman. He was doing such a good job up in 3rd place, now back in 5th. We'll see if Tony can get back on it and move back up towards the front. That is good news for the points leader right now, as Greg Carr is now back in the top 3 and moving forward. Checking on Mario, he's still getting really loose through these turns. Definite damage to that Road Shark Racing Ford Falcon. I hate to see that. He's still driving it well, but you can tell definitely something wrong there. It's definitely some damage as he's having a little bit of trouble keeping it steady.
Like something happened to Chris Hogan.
Oh, tough break for Chris Hogan. Let's see what I'm gonna see what happened, guys, while y'all watch.
As we're on a replay here, taking a look, Trevor Pickett's right on his bumper, going in to the chicane.
Oh, did he get a slowdown? He got a slowdown, I think. That's exactly what happened.
Slow down for Chris Hogan. Cost him 2 positions there.
I hate to see that, Chris. That's all right, though. Chris will get back on it, and he's just done such a good job this season. I think he'll give us a good battle to the end.
That's how critical is making sure you don't overshoot your turns and get that slowdown penalty, because you're going to lose a good possibility of 2 positions, and that's a big deal with these V8 supercars.
Yeah, it really is, Avery. You're absolutely right, buddy. Right now, Tony Klusman, we saw him with some of that trouble we just spoke of earlier, falling from 3rd back to 5th. Now he's starting to make his way back up towards the 513 ZB Racing driver of Zach Baker. So look for Tony Klusman here to start to try to move ahead again. Glenn Sidman still oh no, trouble for Isaac de Figueiredo. He will get a slowdown as he cut all the way through the grass on that chicane. Big tough break there for Isaac. You will see Glenn Sidman move up to the 6th position, guys. The silent stalker is at it again. He keeps moving up. Guys, just remember the battle between Nils Jordan, Mario Girard, and Glenn Sidman, and you see it right now. This is a great battle right now between Glenn Sidman and Nils Jordan. Glenn moving up into the 6th position. He's going through that chicane. Very important to hit your points just right. Looks like Nils got through okay as well. So watch this as we are currently starting lap 12 of 16. Yeah, good job. Good job by Chris Hogan there. That's tough to get around really fast here, as he had a great qualifying time and a good starting position. He's just had a couple unfortunate things to slow him down here. And this is a nice little two-way battle between Chris Hogan and Daniil Manenkoff. Let's see here. Where should we go for an onboard there, Kane?
Let's go to Farouk Manzar and do an onboard with Farouk as he is trying to catch back up to the field.
Okay, right now, guys, looking on with Farouk Manzar. Here you see him going into that second sector chicane. Beautiful job over both curves, using a lot of curve through there. Uses the exit curve here, using all the throttle he can, putting all the speed on, putting as much foot down on the accelerator here, heavy on the brakes, standing on the brakes, washing all that speed off, rolling through the hairpin, shifting down to first, back to second real quick as he gets on the accelerator. He gets down to 1 there to help him get through that turn. It really helps turn this V8. Then back on the accelerator, full speed ahead, all the way down. This is a really long straight where sometimes we can see some 3 wide racing on a road course. And now you'll see him get heavily back on the brakes, getting ready for this 3rd and final important chicane. Really hits a lot of curb right there. Uses the exit curb as well. Back on the accelerator, back towards the start-finish line. And that's Farouk Manzar finishing a lap here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Thanks, Kane, for that on-board footage, buddy. Back out on track, Nigel Baines still doing a fantastic job in the lead. He's got a little bit of lap traffic he'll be coming up on probably before the end of the race as we're on lap 13. He just passed Kyle Herron, and Kyle Herron is currently in 15th. He was on the lead lap up until this point. So guys, we had 15 cars on the lead lap at the start of this lap. Really good job by all of the drivers here in the GV8 on this final week. Really, really impressive. Tell you what, Farouk Manzar really blistering some time right now, and you know he got shot way back there earlier. It's really fun to see him kind of catch up and see where he can get to from this point. He'll be coming up to Daniil Menenkoff and Chris Hogan really soon. Look at the battle between Isaac de Figueiredo and Nils Jordan, guys. This is a really, really close battle for the 7th place position, and this is a really Kyle Herron's in the pits, everybody. He's getting a little repairs done. But right now, man, I'm telling you, Isaac has looked really good here today, guys.
Yeah, Marty Carroll's starting to inch his way a little bit closer to Nigel Baines. I don't know if Marty's got enough to try to get around Nigel, and if he catches up to him, if he even will make it around Nigel, as Nigel's trying to catch up Greg Carr in the points championship.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if we saw Marty try to pass teammate Nigel Baines, as he knows Nigel is trying to get every point that he can for this championship if there's a small ray of hope. So I doubt we'd see that, but of course, I'm sure Marty would like to have fun and get up there at least, and we may see that. But this is racing, so you know, Avery, I wouldn't be surprised we could see anything happen. Chris Hogan catching up to Trevor Pickett here, both going through the hairpin. Chris Hogan gets a nice drive there through the hairpin. He's going to actually get not a really good start, though. He got through it great. Farouk gets a really wide turn through the hairpin, almost using the wall there. Seemed like he didn't lose any speed, though.
Yeah, Zach Baker made his way around the number 5
trouble
of
for
Greg Carr.
Trevor Pickett. Sorry, buddy. Trevor's going to get a slowdown as he got loose and shot through the chicane. Big help for Chris Hogan as a tough break for Trevor Pickett. Him and Daniil Menenkoff both will pass. Farouk will probably pass as well. Oh no! Trouble for our points leader. This is big, huge news, guys. Will he get towed or will he be able to drive off? This is humongous, as this is our points leader. This is what we did not need to happen for Greg Carr and the Can-Am Motorsports Ford Falcon. We might need to see if we can catch a replay on that, Kane.
Let's go check out the replay and see what happened.
He got into the wall. He was coming around that turn and he got too aggressive on the accelerator, and when he turned the wheel, the car just kept going and it hit the wall.
Actually, he had just had it off track right before it, and so he was just getting back on the throttle, and that's what has caused the loose rear end on the car.
You're absolutely right. As I watch it from the other angle, I was watching from behind the wall, and it looked like he hit the wall, but he got in the grass.
Daniil Menenkoff putting the move on Chris Hogan and spins it around, giving Chris the go-ahead for the position.
Now, the thing we got to think about with Greg Carr is you got some motor's blown for Greg Carr. His engine is blown. There goes Greg Carr's race. He's going to take home a 14th place finish. Maybe a third, depends on if Peter Hebron can make it through. That's not something we want to see from Greg Carr, that blown motor.
Yeah, that's a super, super tough break for Greg Carr. He's not, don't count him out yet though, guys. Just race 1. He's still got race 2. And, but definitely looking up for Nigel Baines up in first place now. This is, you know, good news for Nigel Baines. And I just hate to see that for Greg Carr. I hate to see anybody wreck like that and blow a motor. It's such a tough break. Guys, Zach Baker has moved up into the 3rd position with that happening to Greg Carr. So Zach Baker up into a podium position. Tony Klusterman is back in 4th with Isaac DeFigueiredo currently in 5th. Guys, it is lap number 16, and this race will be out of this, or it'll be gone before we know it. Nigel Baines currently still in 1st. Marty Carroll is currently in 2nd.
Nigel takes home the W.
And that will do it.
Nigel Baines taking that W.
Yep, congratulations to Nigel Baines here as he will cross the finish line. Marty Carroll driving crazy there to finish 2nd. Zach Baker coming up to try to finish 3rd. Tony Klusterman trying to inch his way into as well, trying to get a 4th place finish.
This is exactly what Nigel Baines needed. I'm sure he didn't want to see Greg Carr blow that motor, but Nigel Baines first. Greg Carr looks like he's going to be in the 13th position, maybe 14th. We'll find out when all the results go through.
Good job by
race
Nils
number 2.
Jordan. Oh, Nils trying to make a pass here at the end. Not going to be able to do it. Farouk Manzar, will he be able to pass? Coming up here, Farouk Manzar passes Chris Hogan. Oh, and right at the line, almost past Trevor Pickett. Well, I'll have to see what the official scoring was. Oh, less than a 10th. That was so close. So guys, as things are finishing up, that was just an incredible finish to the line right there. Farouk Manzar passed 2 cars on this final here. He passed Chris Hogan, then almost passes Trevor Pickett. Of course, he passed Daniil Maninkoff as well right before the chicane. But wow, that was just an incredible finish to the line. Here after race 1, guys, this is how they are lining up. In first position, winning this first race, is Nigel Baines in the number 36 with Marty Carroll in 2nd. 3rd will go to Zach Baker with Tony Klusterman in 4th. 5th place will go to Isaac DeFigueiredo with Nils Jordan finishing in 6th. Glenn Sidman finishing in 7th with 8th going to Trevor Pickett. Farouk Manzar worked his way back up to 9th with Chris Hogan finishing in 10th. Daniil Maninkoff finished with 11th place, and Mario Girard gets 12th position. Greg Carr with the blown engine will finish 13th, with Peter Hebron finishing 14th. 15th goes to Kyle Herron, and 16th goes to Jason Lundy. And that's how they finished here at race 1, guys. What's your thoughts here on what we've seen here in race 1?
That was just a tremendous race. Nigel Baines was running away for his 5th win in a row, and looked like Greg Carr was going to take home a 4th place finish. Got a little swirly, hit the wall, and ended up blowing his motor. So the points gap is going to be a lot slimmer going into race number 2 here tonight, and it's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, it really is. This is not to expect to see that from Greg Carr, and I also didn't expect to see Farouk fall back like he did, but once again, Farouk Manzar worked his way up to still finish 9th. Good job by him. I'm really proud of Zach Baker and Tony Klusterman, both drivers working their way up to finish in 4th. You also got to throw your hat up to Isaac DeFigueiredo as well, finishing in 5th. Good job by some of these drivers to really step it up here for race 1 here in Montreal, Quebec. It's been a fantastic race 1. Kane, what do you have to say, buddy?
That race was pretty exciting all the way through. The nice close race and through most of the field. Nigel, of course, got a great jump and took off and kind of left everybody in the dust, but the rest of the field had a great race.
Yeah, they really did. It was definitely exciting. and those slowdown penalties really made a difference. We talked about that early in the race, and sure enough, they really made a difference. So it's going to be really, really important for the guys. I think a lot of them know that now heading into race 2, so it'll be really, really fun. I think we're going to see closer racing in race 2 than we did in race 1. I know that sounds about impossible, but that's just how I think it's going to be because of how I don't think we'll see as many slowdowns in race 2 as I think a lot of the guys will be a lot more careful. And so with that being said, I think we'll see closer racing.
Yeah, I think so too. People are going to have a little better idea what the points gap is going into the final race for the first position and for the third position. So it's going to be very exciting for a couple in just a short bit.
Yeah, Avery, I'm really glad that you mentioned that because we're looking at that third place position. You have Niels Jordan taking the point, gets the advantage in race 1, finishing in 6th, but one position behind him is Glenn Sidman. And then a tough break for Mario Girard. Still a good finish, but back in 12th. He's a few positions behind the other two. So in race 2, he'll have to move on up to battle for that third place.
Yeah, big shout out to my man Marty Carroll. Did a fantastic job this race, and we look forward to watching him go down the racetrack again as he's going to try to better his spot by one position.
Yeah, definitely a good job by both of the Spotty Dog, Marston, Ford Falcon drivers. That team has seriously been really, really tough lately. They've been finishing a lot of 1-2 races here lately, and here they do it again here in race 1. Well, guess what, guys? It's that time after race 1, just outstanding racing. I want to get in here our winner of race 1, driver of the Spotty Dog Cake Marston Ford Falcon, number 36, Nigel Baines. Baines, congratulations on winning race 1, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, JD. I guess keeping it clean all race long makes a big difference here. So pretty much didn't do too much more than that. Kept the shortcuts away, and I think I actually had an incident-free race in the end. So.
Well,
I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely paid off. Fortunate event for the points leader, Greg Carr, getting into the wall, blowing the engine, finishing in 13th. I know that's not something you wanted to see, but it does help you in the points. It may make it a lot closer than people might have thought it would be.
Yeah, just so right at the end there, I just looked and Greg was kind of sitting pretty in 3rd, I think, maybe dropped to 4th, and then next thing I saw he finished 13th a lap down, so I didn't actually know what happened. So yeah, it could make it interesting for the next one, but I have no idea what that does mean for the points. So well, we'll just go out and have our own race, and what happens happens. So.
That's right, buddy. And always congratulations, man. All you can do is what you're doing, and you did the max points by getting the win there, and it's just in outstanding fashion. Congratulations again, Nigel. Best of luck to you in race 2, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, JD.
And next, I want to get in here the teammate of Nigel Baines, Marty Carroll, with a fantastic 2nd place finish. Really looked good, Marty, there in race 1, pal.
Yeah, no, it was good fun. I did my role and protected Nigel to get the win, and it was unfortunate for Greg, but it does. We've got to sit down, crunch the numbers quickly before the next race, and see what we need to do. I thought Greg was going to finish pretty there, and I could go for the win in the last race, but yeah, no, it was it was good fun. I was enjoying Nigel, having him as a teammate, and trying to push for the championship. So we'll just go there and have another good race next round and see what we can do.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Marty. Always a pleasure talking to you, and best of luck to you guys.
Thanks very much, guys.
All right, next I want to talk to Farouk Manzar. I'm glad to see Farouk back here in the GV8 this week. Farouk had a little bit of an incident, fell way back in the field, and still managed to fight your way back to a 9th finish, buddy. How'd you do that?
Oh, I just kept running laps. I was really frustrated after I got that course cut. I slowed down. I didn't even grab 3rd, and it just gave me a 20-second penalty. So I don't know. After that, I just tried going as fast as I could, but I kept making mistakes. I was just completely frustrated with this race.
Yeah, those slowdowns are just too intense here. They are very, 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 very intense, and they are definitely the key to the race here in both races. I think we'll have to pay attention to that even closer in race 2, but definitely we're running very fast laps, Farouk. I mean, dominating, just looking really good. When you fought all the way back tonight, very impressive. Best of luck to you in race 2, though, man. As fast as you are, you got to be a threat to win this thing.
Thanks, but Nigel has pretty good pace too. We're gonna have to see. We got 8 people in between us.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, congratulations on being here, though. It's really good to see you.
Thanks, JD.
And take care. That is Farouk Manzar, guys. To talk to Farouk. Next, I want to talk to Jason Lundy. Had a rough, unfortunate event there. Jason, did you get connected, or I'm trying to think what happened on the straightaway there?
Yeah, chalk it up to mechanical issues, I guess you would. My screen actually went black. I don't know if I had a video card issue or whatever, but as soon as it did it, I just tried to steer away from the racing line and just stand on the brakes. And thankfully, it didn't look like anyone got caught up in that incident.
No, Jason, for what happened, congratulations for doing a fantastic job of keeping the car out of trouble. There's a lot of traffic right behind you, and everybody made it through fine. You did a really good job of getting that car out of the way. But definitely, I hated to see that for you. I know you did as well. At least this is a two-race week, so best of luck to you in the second race.
Yeah, thanks, JD. We'll see what we can salvage out of this. They've got the pit stop to help us, so hopefully we can get back into the top 10.
Yeah, that'll be excellent, buddy. I know we've seen you really, really have a great season, running a lot of top 5s this year. And with the mandatory pit stop in race 2, it always makes for an interesting run. And you always seem to do a little better when we have the pit stops, Jason. So I'll look at that to be a little bit of an advantage for you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, that is Jason Lundy, everybody. Best of luck to him in race number 2. Guys, any final thoughts before we get ready to move on to this second race here in Montreal?
No, that was just a great race, and it was great to see all these guys on the track for the finale of the GV8 series, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I can't wait either, buddy. Well, we're going to be live. Don't go anywhere, guys, as we'll be right back here live at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for race number 2.